The Marysville Viking Regiment has recently gained a new band director after the retirement of Mr. Dusso, who was the previous band director for 33 years. All of the band kids miss him dearly and are probably wondering how this year will go. But we're here today with Mr. Buckley, the former theater technician and communication arts teacher assistant at the high school, to get the inside scoop of what's happening with the band. As most of us know, this is your first season as the new band director. Anyone's first time in a leadership role like that can be rough. How have things been going so far? What's your favorite part of your new job?
Things have been going great so far. It's really been a really smooth transition into the position, and my favorite thing so far is just getting to work with the kids every day.
That's great. I've heard that you guys have your first competition this Saturday, October 1st. Are you worried at all? How well do you guys think you will do?
I'm a little bit nervous going into this first competition. It's my first time being in charge of a band going to an MCBA competition. I'd like our scores to be somewhere in the low to mid 60s. That's a good starting spot for our competition season. And I know that once we get that judge's feedback, I have direction of where I need to focus rehearsal.
I can't wait to see what the scores are. Now, after years of routines that Mr. Dusso has established, it's exciting to have a fresh start. What sort of changes have you been making?
So I always say if it's not broke, don't fix it. So a lot of it has stayed the same. One of the things I did try this year was to integrate sectionals into morning rehearsal time, and that's been mixed reaction so far. Some of the kids really appreciate it and some of them not so much, but we are going to be going back to some evening sectional time starting the beginning of October here. But a lot of it is stayed the same between Mr. Dusso and myself.
Thank you so much, Mr. Buckley, for giving us some insight into how things are going for you in your new role. And I'm sure we're all curious as to what the band kids think about this drastic change, so we have one here today. When a new teacher comes in, things usually change. How have things changed from the student perspective?
Well, from the student perspective, Mr. Dusso's main philosophy was typically that he was always a director first and a teacher first and a friend second. With Mr. Buckley, it feels a lot like our personal feelings are more at stake for him, and everything to him really revolves around, are we enjoying band? Are we having a good time with ourselves and our friends?
Good thing you all have each other to make it through sectionals. I know Mr. Dusso had a strong bond with a lot of the students that were with him for years. What's your favorite part of the new band dynamic? And what are your thoughts on Mr. Buckley?
Well, with this new band dynamic, Mr. Buckley, he's just a hilarious guy. He says a lot of very funny things that Mr. Dusso never would have said. And not to say that Mr. Dusso, of course, wasn't funny. He was hilarious. But Mr. Buckley just has this energetic and outspoken hilarity to him. So I'd say that's definitely my favorite part.
Glad to hear that things are still moving along. All of the band members seem to have a very strong bond with each other. Has that bond changed since Mr. Dusso left? How do you guys maintain that bond?
The bond has absolutely changed since Mr. Dusso left, but it's changed in a very positive way. Some of Mr. Dusso's final words to us were about making sure that the senior bond that is so traditional in the Viking Regiment that we didn't see as much of last year doesn't fail, and that we really bolster our friendships and our communication. And we really took that to heart so far this past season. The seniors have been absolutely great. The dynamic between us is a lot more positive.
Sounds like the band kids are still as solid as ever. I'm so glad that things are going well for the band, and I hope you guys have a great season. I'm Kara Hernandez from M6, your hometown station.